Hillary Clinton wants to offer a lot of services. You just heard Adam talk about this. So universal preschool, paid family leave, debt-free education. And she is saying she can pay for those programs by taxing the rich, Wall Street, and corporations.
Corporations and the super rich should finally pay their fair share of taxes.
A new estimate of Hillary Clinton's tax plan shows her plan will cost $1.3 trillion over 10 years. Critics say it is short more than $2 trillion. Americans for Tax Reform President Grover Norquist is with me now. So, Grover, welcome back. Does the math check out for Hillary Clinton's plan?
Well, she's not clear on everything. She just made a huge mistake by engaging on Trump in his strongest area and her weakest area. She's been part of the Obama administration, which has had the weakest recovery out of the recession in modern history, less than 2% a year, whereas Reagan's recovery was 4% a year, and she wants more of everything Obama did. She talks about taxing rich people, but she, during this campaign, has already endorsed a soda pop tax on, Coke, which is not something just Buffett and her friends drink. She's come out in favor, the party's come out in favor of a carbon tax, an energy tax, and her advisor says not all at once. We won't do that right away. That's a tax on the middle class. She talks about taxing and damaging coal and oil and other energies and subsidizing corporate cronyism, so you have subsidized energy industries. She doesn't understand anything about economics from her speech. She kept talking about taking the corporate rate down. What Trump's called for is bringing the business income tax down. Whether you're an Uber driver or Etsy or a small businessman who's self-employed, small businessman or woman, or General Motors, we're talking about 44% for some of those small businesses rate, and on the corporate rate, 35 plus the average of 4 in state taxes. We're at 39% in the United States. 31 of the 34 major economies in the world have cut corporate rates since 2000. The United States haven't. We're above Canada, above Britain. It's 12% in Ireland.
Well, that is why you see so many U.S. companies buying overseas companies and trying to move their headquarters there. And then, of course, we know that that means job creation happens elsewhere. Yeah, my take on that issue, Grover, for what it's worth, is that she seems to be punitive, whereas Trump, which is not surprising as a business person, seems to understand, at least in this way, a little bit more of the mechanics behind what incentives will help a business. So you helped us on Monday go through Trump's plan point on point. Where do you see really the biggest differences for voters? You just went through some, but if I said, what's the #1 difference people are going to go and vote in November, especially these swing voters, these undecideds, what stands out as far as their pockets go?
Hillary's putting forward a massive tax increase, both on individuals and on businesses. And some of those individual taxes are on small businesses, self-employed people. So you can say it's an individual tax, but it's really hitting a small business, a partnership, a subchapter S corporation, and taxes on businesses at a time when we have the highest business tax rate in the world, and that's what's making us less competitive. So she's going in the wrong direction. Even Obama keeps saying we've got to take that corporate rate down, and she attacks Trump for pointing out the obvious, that the rate has to Obama hasn't done it, but he at least talks about that it should be done. Hillary's not even for that. She wants higher taxes. She also has about 6 different kinds of capital gains taxes. She makes capital gains taxes much more complicated. She won't tell us how much that raises, but it will make it messier, and she's certainly doing it to raise taxes.
Yeah, it certainly punishes people who don't hold a stock for at least a year. So it seems as if she's trying to somehow encourage, by force, really, longer-term stock holding and the like. Grover, I thank you as always for your views. We're glad to have you here parsing through. Grover Norquist with me there.